Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Welcome to Business Innovators Radio with me, Luana Ribeira, and joining me today we have Anu Verma, author, producer, and the powerhouse behind Victim to Victor. Anu's built a movement around healing, self-worth and confidence, and her visibility journey is nothing short of inspiring. So welcome, Anu. It's really good to have you on.
So nice to be here.
So I've seen you just absolutely rise in visibility over the past few months, and it's been so exciting to see. So we're going to dig into that in a little bit, particularly the mindset shift that prompted all of that. But what I'd love to ask you first of all is tell everybody what Victim to Victor is all about and what prompted you to start.
Wow. So my whole branding has taken a bit of a shift over the past year. So Victim to Victor basically symbolizes my life journey from being a victim to abuse, psychological abuse, sexual abuse, and domestic abuse, to overcoming being a victim and actually becoming the victor that I am today. And a lot of that, it wasn't an easy journey. It was a very long journey of a lot of healing, a lot of growth and personal development. But I wanted that to symbolize, who I am. And it's also the name of my book now, my podcast and my coaching business. And so I'm out here now helping others to do the same, to no longer be a victim and to be victorious in their own lives.
Absolutely amazing. And what kind of results have people had through working with you? Like, can you tell us about a transformational story?
Wow. Yeah. So I've got a 12-week coaching program, which is really impactful because it helps to really deliver a lot of the techniques that help me throughout my journey. So everything that I teach and guide others on, it's stuff which has worked for me because I'm a big believer of practice what you preach. And so my coaching program has benefited a lot of my clients. And the main shifts that we see with a lot of the clients who join is the fact that it's the power and control that they regain of their own lives again. And that's something which gets taken away when you are actually being abused, is that you're giving away your power and control. And a lot of the times it could be because it started from childhood, when you were abused then, or even through a toxic relationship. Sometimes we don't realize that our partner's stealing that from us. And so a big part of my whole program is for my clients to actually regain that sense of self and that sense of identity, to actually regain their identity. So we do a lot of work on, affirmations and a lot of work on actually gratitude and understanding what that means. And there's a lot of meditational work that I like to do with my clients as well. So it's a very comprehensive program, and it's really helping people.
And those sorts of changes, like, it doesn't just end with that person, does it? It seeps through into everything, every other area of their life, but also like everybody else that they speak to, future generations and all of that. Like, it's unreal. Like, you'll never really know the true impact that you've had.
True. Yeah. It's so
amazing.
It is, yeah, and it's the DMs that I receive still, even through the content that I'm actually posting out. Just receiving DMs of people. I had one yesterday actually, and without even realizing, I'm making an impact by just posting stories about stuff that I'm doing in my own life. Like I was actually doing my cold water plunge over the weekend, and I was in there for like 10 minutes, and that's because I couldn't feel the cold anymore. And so I was actually sat in the pool, actually doing a story post about it as well. And I never realized the impact it was having on people. And there was actually guys messaging me saying, "Wow, that's really hardcore. Thank you so much for not only giving women strength, but for giving men strength as well.
Oh, I love
And like
it.
you're a total badass." I was like, "Whoa," and stuff which I do on a daily basis. I didn't realize that it's actually inspiring people, but I love
Well,
it.
that's the thing. Like we tend to look at the people who have come to us and told us, but
Yeah.
there are so many more who won't. Right. I was actually looking at your report 'cause you've been a client with Dauntless PR for quite some time now. And for the past year, you've been on our VIP program. So I was just having a look at your report. Were you aware that over the past year, you've reached over a billion, an estimated audience of over a billion? So
Wow.
if you think about that number of people that you've reached,
Wow.
but most of them won't have come to you. It's like, how many times have you read something in a newspaper or watched something on TV and you've thought, oh my God, that's so powerful. And you might have made a change as a result of it, but you haven't thought to go and find that person and tell them.
So true. Yes. And that's exactly what we do. And I feel like we're in a very consuming society where we're just constantly consuming content and
Yeah.
stories and posts. And so it's hard for us to thank everyone who may have made an impact for us, which is why these DMs that they're really special to me when
They
people do actually.
really are.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing, no feeling like it, is there, Anu? It's absolutely incredible.
Exactly. And it's not like we're seeking validation. It's just knowing that, oh my God, whatever I'm doing, it is actually helping people. Even if it's one person that it helps, then at the
Yeah.
end of the day, that's a well job done in my.
And you really are making a difference. You've made a film as well, haven't you?
Yeah, so
Tell
yeah.
us about your film.
So me and four other co-producers, we shot a movie called Parasites, and it's based in Crete in Greece. And that was actually last October, November, we did the shooting. And so it's been in post-production, and we celebrated the screening a month ago, when I went back to Crete to actually celebrate the screening of the movie. And we're now in negotiations with a distributor to actually distribute it globally. So yeah, very exciting times.
Oh, that is really exciting. I can't wait to hear more about that.
Thank you.
So, what do you feel have been the biggest mindset shifts that you've needed? Because when you first started coming in and getting more visible, like what was going through your mind back then versus how you're thinking now and what created that shift?
Oh, back then I was so scared. I had so much fear. And a lot of that was down to lack of confidence and a lack of, I had like imposter syndrome, just thinking, well, who am I to be out there, sharing my story with the world? Who am I? Like, what have I done to make myself special compared to anyone else in the world? And so there was a lot of negative self-talk and just not really feeling that great about myself, to be honest. And obviously, the first story went out, and then I wanted to hide because it was like exposure, and I felt very vulnerable. And so I remember just feelings of low self-worth, and I felt like I had to go even deeper into my negative beliefs about myself, and then I had to rise up. And that all came through the more stories that went out about me. And so,
Mm.
yeah, so it was really impactful in the fact that the more that went out, then the more confidence I kept feeling, because I was like, oh, okay. And especially, the when people were engaging with it and like celebrating me. And I thought, oh my God, so maybe this is something worth celebrating. And it was a journey, and a lot of that is down to my own childhood trauma and my own PTSD that I experienced. I do find that when you gain exposure, it can trigger a lot of those symptoms again, because it happened to me when I published my book as well. So I'm fully aware of what goes on, but then it's about not not staying hidden. It's about just going out and just feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Let's just go and see what else we can accomplish. And so I feel like that's just absolutely transformed who I am today. And now I don't have fear anymore. I'm just so confident within myself. And I just wake up with so much positive self-belief. It's just ridiculous. Like I have no idea where it came from, but then obviously you remind me, hello, it's come from exposure and visibility.
People don't usually see PR as a personal development tool, but I see it as every time you go out there and you're exposed, and it's like it's conditioning your visibility muscle that's making you more badass, and it's increasing your tolerance. Because, we talk about all this good feedback and all of that amazing things. But the reality is it's not all good feedback, is it? We have to get through the trolls. We have to sift through those to reach our people.
I forgot about that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So yeah, because I had this.
Oh, you just forgot about it.
Then again, it's because who are these people? Like, who are,
Exactly.
So that's my whole perception about that now, is like whenever I see any negative comment, I just laugh at it now. But again, I had to go through a journey in order to be where I am today. Because I'm like, who are these people? What impact are they going to make to my life? They don't know me. So whatever they say about me, I actually couldn't give a flying hoot.
Flying hoot, elevate.
That was the PG version.
So true though, isn't it? Like, and I was exactly the same as well at the beginning. Like, you are not the only one. Like, I remember being so scared of what like these random people would say. And then one day you just realize, don't you, that you don't care anymore. Like none of it matters anymore. And you're just paying attention to your own thoughts and the people who matter.
Exactly. Well, this is it. And this is why I feel that visibility plays a huge part, because you are going to get exposed to a lot of the negative comments, but then it's what you do with that. Do you actually sit there actually reading through the comments, which would be an absolute waste of time? Or do you just say, oh, well, there's people that have commented, never mind, next, let's see what else I can do to really annoy these people even more.
Right. Oh, that's it. I always think, well, turn the volume up.
Yeah.
We don't shrink for these people. We turn the volume up. So they either get on board or they get out of the way.
Oh, I love that. That's a good one.
But to even start the visibility journey, shall we call it, you need like a certain amount of badassery. Like, this isn't for the weak-minded. So what was it? What doubts did you have initially, like before joining Dauntless PR and deciding to get more visible? And how did you overcome that so that you went, no, right, I am doing this, let's go?
Yeah, I think the biggest doubt was, oh no, what will the people around me think of me, or what will they say? And especially like, my family and my kind of network of people, because no one else has actually done this. So I'm like the first one really doing something out of the ordinary. And so that was my fear was around, oh, what if they think that I'm someone special, and that's because I didn't want to be like an outcast. Like, I still wanted to be part of the tribe and to fit in. But what happened was the more exposure I got, then the less I did fit in, which was great in the long run. Obviously, that whole process was very isolating and very lonely. But again, it's all about getting through it, and the more that you kind of are visible, then I feel like the more people who really sync with you actually come into your life. And there might not be that many of those people, but then what you do is there's like a special bond with however many people there are. And that's what I've been nurturing and really I've been reaching out to my people. And so yeah, I am very different to a lot of the people who I grew up with now. But that's fine. Life's about growing. It's not about being in your comfort zone with a fixed mindset. life's about living and just exploring new avenues. And that's why I always differentiate people. Like, you've either got a fixed mindset or a growth mindset, and I want to be with growth mindset people. End of.
I've got shivers. Like, that is, I just feel that on such a deep level. Like, did you find that the things that you thought you really cared about, by now it's like, oh, I'm not bothered about that anymore? But it only comes through the exposure, doesn't it? It doesn't come from anything that you prepare beforehand. It just comes through doing it, doesn't it?
That's it. Yeah, but there's a lot to be said about that. And again, I do a lot of this work in my actual coaching program as well. And it's about, if you are fearful of a situation or, an event or a person or whatever, then it's about gradual exposure to that. And obviously, we don't want you to be exposing yourself immediately to, like, let's say a toxic person, but it's about just maybe, exposing yourself to some of those traits gradually, just so that you don't feel fearful of it. Because again, that's all about, losing your power. When you're fearful of something, it means you're giving away your power to that thing that you're scared of. And so, the same applies for visibility. The more you fear it, then the more I say, go and do it. Go be visible. Go and do your real stories and posts, and just get yourself out there.
And anybody who has a powerful message, like, they can feel it, can't they? Like, this isn't for everybody, but those who it's supposed to be for, they'll feel it, won't they? Like, they'll feel that pull.
They will, absolutely, yeah. And again, I just say, meditate on it and just see what comes to you, because at the end of the day, the answers are within. And if you're contemplating getting visible, then just ask the universe, is this good for me? And so you should get your answers, because no one else holds the answers but you.
Anu, this has been such a powerful conversation. Where can people find you?
Wow. So I'm all over socials. So if you just search Victim to Victor with the number 2, and you'll find me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. I've got my website. You can also catch my podcast episodes on all the podcast channels. And just come and connect. Always great to hear from you.
Fantastic. And we'll include your links as well. Thank you, Anu. You've been absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.